Stay on. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. Hi, today we're going to show how to remove the ball joints from the wishbone arm. This is the upper wishbone arm of the rear of the suspension. I've already done one. I want to do one before I showed you how to do it, and basically the rubber gaiters booting has come off when I've taken it off, and so the ball joint will come out from the bottom, so you will be pressing it from the top to come out from the bottom of the wishbone arm. I actually have a tool which I've shown you before, which helps press out ball joints and bushes, and we've already done a video about the bushes. You can see this ball joint now fits inside here, so when this ball joint is inside the wishbone, this collar will be placed under here, and then I will simply exert force on the top. I'll put this in the G-clamp basically, and I will exert force on the top of this ball joint to press it out. Now I actually don't have the right size collar to fit inside, so what I've used is a socket to fit in, and your socket needs to be between 40 and 41 millimeters, I would say, to fit inside here. Let's see if I get a gauge. I'll just measure it now. Okay. Measure what that internal diameter is. Yeah, it's 41 actually. I'll measure it from this side too. Yeah, it's 41, and this is just a shade under 41. So yeah, so you want something that is under 41 millimeters in diameter to fit in there, so that it can actually fit and go through your wishbone. Okay, this fits through. It's a snug fit, and it's just a tad under 41 mil. So if you had a 40 mil, it'd be fine as well. Okay. So what's the process of doing this? I do know that there are some people sell some kits that remove ball joints on the car with a couple of bolts and stuff. I don't know how good those are. This was quite stuck in, and I've obviously got the wishbone off the car, and I'm using something as hard as this, and I had my ratchet on there, and I had my bar on it, and I was using that much force to compress this in order to get this ball joint out. Now, the kits that come to remove it are these two, I don't know, 8mm bolts or 10mm bolts. And I think if I was to use this much force on those bolts, they'll probably break their thread. I don't know. It's up to you. I would buy this if I were you, if you want to remove this. But maybe your ball joints come out easy. Okay, so that's one that I've done. That has come out, and you can see how it comes out. It's very important that you can see that. It's fitting. There is nothing on this ball joint that means that it has to be fit any particular way or that it lines up with anything. You will just put it in nicely. We'll do the fitting later. I haven't got my new ones yet. And you will then just push that in. So today we're just going to talk about how to remove it. Right. If I'm going to remove it, one of my little, I call it a trick, but if you're definitely going to remove it, when I push down on here, this rubber gets in the way and it doesn't allow this to sit properly. So the first thing I would do is cut through this and remove the rubber. Get a knife. Blade. So cut through this. My knife will cut. That'd be nice. It's not going to cut. Okay. Maybe need a better knife. Get one from Rambo, which would probably do it. Like I said, there was actually nothing really wrong with these ball joints, but as part of the project, I just want to replace everything. There you go. Getting it through. Don't cut your fingers. Do at all, and you blame me that I told you to do this. Okay, there's a little clip there as well, so I'm going to remove that. So that's remove this the rubber. Now that I've done that, I definitely have to change the ball joint because the rubber's broken. There's no alternative now. Okay, so let's remove that. Okay, so that comes off. So you can see inside the ball joint, it still has plenty of grease, and it's fine really. Nothing really wrong with that at all. But there you go. I'm changing things for the sake of changing them. So now when I put this on, this will fit nicely onto this bit of metal here, around that, and I'm pushing against that rather than on the rubber and making it fall all over the place. Right, so this collar's going to sit under here. Remember, this car's done 160,000 miles, so if I can get mine off on this, you can definitely get yours off. I don't think anyone's car has done more miles than this, and this has been kept outside, at least for some part of its life. Right, so let's do this now. Get some room. This is my clamp, compressor. That's going to sit there. This is going to sit on top, so I'm going to put this on as well. It's going to sit on top. I'm going to have to take this out completely, I think. It's going to sit like this. Okay, now it's a good idea when you're running these clamps, whatever clamp you're doing, whatever one you use, is to put some oil on your threads. Just so that you're not, because you will be putting some force on there, and you don't really want to be having any extra friction and problems with it, and it allows the thread to turn in quite nicely. So put that there, let that oil drip down the threads a little bit. So that's going to sit like so. Make sure the rubber's not in the way, it's sitting properly, and then put my clamp down on there. Okay, so the important part is that the bottom one is seated properly, otherwise you don't want to be pushing against your collar. You want it exactly, you want it so that the ball joint can slide through it, okay? So I'm taking a bit of time just to make sure that that is correct. All looks good to me at the moment. Right. That's it, so that's done. So now I'm going to apply force to this. I'm going to start compressing this like so. Now, if I stand here and do it, it's going to be a little bit hard. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this on the floor. Like so. Get my bar on there. And give it some welly. There you go. Okay, it's pretty tough. Very tough actually. Let's have a look. Okay, just undo that and see whether we're hitting it or stopping anything. I have to push down on this. Let me turn it around. Yeah, it's going the right way. There we go. Lord have mercy. And that's why I say, if you use the other one, how much effort are you going to be able to put on it? I'm actually standing on it. Don't know what the other two would do. With the small 10mm bolts. Okay, let's put that back up on the bench. Let's have a look what we were doing. Right. You can see there's been a slight crack on there. So it's really seated very tightly. So in this instance, what I'm probably now going to give it a go and do is, in order to break that, I am going to take it outside exactly in the same format, like that. I'm going to hit this very hard with a hammer. So let's just pause there and I'll take this outside. Okay, so we've got it out. So I've got my collar on a nice hard surface. I'm going to put my wishbone with the bottom of the ball joint in there, so the ball joint, remember, can slide through the collar. I've put my another collar, which in this case is a socket, over the top. Remember, 40 mil or 41 mil if you can get it, it'll be even better. There, and then I'm going to hit it. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I've done a couple of hits already, but I'm just going to want to show it to you. Hold the end of the hammer, a nice heavy hammer, and hit it hard. Now, if we look behind it, if we zoom in on there, you can see that it's broken its seal. Okay, so I might give another hit. Actually, when we did this, the first few hits I did, I actually got someone else to hold, my cameraman, to hit it with the hammer while I held it, because you really want to give it a good hit, okay, on your collar. So I'm just going to try and get it's harder to do it when you're holding it at the same time. There you go, look, it's even come out now. If you zoom on that, you can see that it's come out. Okay, so we have broken the seal. Let me give it one more shot, and then we're going inside and we're going to use the ball joint removal tool. So that was just simply to break its seal that it's had on there, or the rust or whatever corrosion. So a nice hard hit, and there you go, it's come out a bit further. Okay, inside we go. Pause. Right, so we're back in the garage. I'm going to give it a little squirt of penetrating oil in here, just to break any, you can see the penetrating oil is coming through. Yeah, it's come through, that's it. Just so that it will break. Maybe give it a bit of assistance. We want as much assistance as we can get when we're doing stuff like this. So, that's where the ball joint will fall into. Put it there. Just let me straighten it. Right. That was not planned. Okay, you don't want to stand up by yourself. No, that. Right, let's do that again. Oh, socket on there. Oh, yes. I'm going to put another reason to take it off. Okay, now remember, we have to centralise this very well at the bottom. And now, because the ball joint has already come out a bit, there's got a bit of lippage, I can actually feel when it's sitting in. So that is sitting in quite nicely. I'm going to turn it that way, aren't I? So let me just turn this right side. That should be. Right, so go back to the floor with this. Giving it some weight. So here we go. Push. Right, just taking up the strain first. Oh no, here we go. If you think about the amount of force I'm actually putting on this. There. If you heard that, that was a good sound. A lot of force I'm actually putting on this, so I don't know how those other kits with their 8mm bolts are going to cope with this amount of force. This is the same amount of force as I originally put to get the hub nut off. Right, just to show you, let me just start undoing this, just so that to show you what's actually happening. Okay. So what's actually happening, you can see the ball joints coming out. Hope that's clear. So not coming out exactly straight, but it's definitely coming out. Okay, so we just need to continue with that motion. I could probably hit that and get that out now, but I won't. Okay, so don't get it out. Right. For some reason a bit of rubber got underneath my socket. Oh, when I took the rubber off, I said that didn't happen. Well, it did. That's my luck. Right, so when you cut the rubber, then you can do a better job of cutting it than I just did. Cut it even deeper. There you go, got rid of that. That will fit nicely now. Let's just pause it. You don't want to see me putting this all back together again. Actually, I think the amount it's come out is probably better if I do just hit it. So put it back on the thing, because it's coming out at a bit of an angle, and I don't want to keep compressing this socket at an angle to it. So what I'm going to do, I need to actually hit this edge. So if I do it like that, it's going to do the same thing. So just push the ball joint towards the edge that I want to hit it to, so it makes my socket sit more on that way, and then a quick nice hard hit. There you go, out. Okay, so this is what would have goes through like so. There you go, that goes through nice and easy. But that's the ball joint, and that's how you take your ball joint out. So I hope that's useful to you. It gives you the confidence to take your ball joint out with this tool. I don't know about the other tools that come with the 2 bolts and clamps and how they work, and they say that they can get the ball joint out while it's still on the car, etc, etc. But anyway, that's how you get it out. Post another video later on when I get new ball joints and how to compress them back in. Thanks for watching. Bye.